1-800-GOT-JUNK. Actually, highly recommend. It's so funny that I use them because commercials really do work. I've been seeing commercials for them since I was a child. I feel like it's been that long, maybe not, but it's definitely been a long time, and they were the first company I thought of. They're probably not the cheapest one, but their availability is crazy. They were in here for 5 minutes, if even that long. I paid, and then they took the couch and they took the box. So I did attempt to sell the couch, but because of the color, you know, not everyone likes to have a colorful couch, and the fact that it is a sofa bed, it is so heavy, and I was like, you're gonna need 2 people to come and get it. And I post about it in my community, but I think it's just a weird time for moving right now, and a lot of people already have stuff. So I will probably post about some of the stuff I have outside on my patio. This is going too because the top is broken. I actually got this for free, so that's going in my trash room. But I'll be taking these bar stools from the trash room, which I got from the trash room. And then I'm gonna post about this on the page and say it's free. Otherwise, I'll put that in the trash room too. This was just from Walmart. It's like a kid's seat, basically. And then I think I'm gonna take this with me. This was also sent to me, but I'm not sure because it's kind of an outdoor table, and that's for the umbrella stand, so I don't know. These curtains are going. This is my view from my apartment, if you ever wondered. That's downtown. So pretty. But, yeah, and then I have turf, which I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep or not, because I don't have an outdoor space at my new place. But I'm like, maybe I'll just save it and just put it in storage, and I can always use it when I do have outdoor space again. But I don't know, I bought and cut it specifically for my patio, so I might actually just post about it on our community page and let them know, hey, it's like already cut if you have a studio here or you have one of the 1-bedroom smaller patios. I am currently making bacon, and I'm about to do some separation training with Bailey. So I have an app. This is the little camera, and this is his safety cue, which lets him know every single time we're doing it that I will always come back. So this is never given to him at any other time because it would tell him that I'm leaving. And I get a timer started so I can time him. The longest he's gone so far, I believe, was like almost 3 minutes. We start the second we go out the door. Record for him. He did 3 minutes and 30 seconds, which is crazy. So as you can see, I literally can just watch him the entire time. So I try and push him a little bit when he sits down because he kind of does like that readjust thing. Bella does it too. It's really funny. It makes that little huffing sound. So that's when I come back in, and that's where we break it. But yeah, he's gotten so much better. It's just so crazy. It doesn't feel like that's that long. But once a dog can just be fine for 30 minutes, you can basically leave them forever. Because now at this point, if they're good for that amount of time, they're gonna be good for, you know, an hour or 2 hours, something normal still, obviously. So I just dropped Bailey off at daycare. I literally left my phone in the car. I don't understand. This is like a really good mask, so I can just never see where I'm going. when I'm wearing it. It's fantastic. He wasn't anxious at all. It was really nice. Gave him medicine, walked him over there, and the lady just took him and I was like, you're gonna go play. And he was like excited. So I was like, good. Because when I dropped him off the bed, he was not excited, and I was like, I don't know if this is a new thing where he just doesn't want to be with strangers, or if he just doesn't like the vet and he was getting anxious at that place, and that was confirmed. So I'm excited because this place is so much closer to mine. In case you're wondering, I was taking him to Bark ATL before. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I also wouldn't not recommend it. It just depends on your dog. If you have a normal dog that doesn't have anxiety, they'll probably be fine. This place, there were a bunch of reviews about people who have dogs that are super anxious. So I was like, let me try this place out because it seems like they know how to handle that stuff. And it's not that Bailey is anxious around like other dogs or people. It's really just like the separation portion of it. And I think they were exacerbating it at that place instead of, you know, relieving him of that. So I'm heading back to my apartment now because we are going to go to the gym. And I'm so excited. I've not been to the gym since last Tuesday, so it's almost been 2 weeks. I wanted to work out yesterday, but I had coffee and it ruined my entire day. Like, my anxiety was so high. I was just so like, I just felt weird like all day long. It just felt like pending doom, and I was like, this is not fun. We are going to do pre-workout, but I'm just gonna do a pump one because, as I talked about caffeine, apparently my body is not used to that. Because normally I would have my matcha, which has like a little bit of caffeine, I think like 30 milligrams, and then I would have some sort of, you know, pre-workout later in the day because I go to the gym. And I think just cutting off basically completely, I don't know, my body was just like, what is going on? Like, it messed with my digestive system and everything. I was like, oh, this is not the move. So we are taking the cherry lemonade. This is the Buff Chick Pump one. So she has a pre, and then this is the non-stim one. So this one does not have caffeine. And I already have creatine mixed in with my water, because that's a staple. I always choke a little bit. So today our goal is to do a booty workout from my booty program on Strongish that I just uploaded. I thought I'd do a voiceover for this workout. So this program does follow progressive overload, meaning every single week the rep ranges, the volume, and the weights that you use will be changing. So if you follow this workout, this is actually week 2 of the 6-week program. So definitely join Get Strongish, and you'll be able to follow this program to a T in order to grow your glutes. So we are working with hypertrophy rep ranges, so everything is going to be between about 8 and 12 reps for most exercises. And you might see some pump-based rep ranges in there as well, like 15 to 20 reps for some stuff, just to be a burner and to really activate your glutes and get you used to that feeling. But for the most part, those will be the rep ranges that we use, even for the squat. So this isn't primarily focused on strength like our power building program is, which is on there as well. You can purchase that for $15. This one is just focusing on growing those glutes. So if the Romanian deadlift, you can see the difference between the two side by side here. I know a lot of people always have a lot of questions about that. And then we have the single leg deadlift. I like to do this assisted against the wall, so you don't have to worry too much about your balance. You're going to feel this majority in your hamstrings, but your glutes as well. And then we have the glute bridge, which is pretty self-explanatory. Just focus on keeping that core tight so that you don't ever use any of your lower back, and you will be set and ready to go. So definitely check out my Instagram if you want to see more workouts. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna preface by saying nobody's in here, but I forgot how annoying it is to film your workout. Like, it just takes so much longer. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Love this. I don't think I even said this is the new Bowen T Seamless Acid Wash. This is the black one, and then these are the Align Short. These are actually 6 inches. I feel like it's like the perfect length for my long ass legs, but I actually brought some clothes to change into because I'm gonna try and do some antique like thrifting shopping. I'm gonna still have some time. So I literally packed my outfit in my bag. So I'll show you guys what I'm wearing. We are headed to some antique shops over in the like Cheshire Bridge, Lindbergh area. Because I just like typed it into my map and they have a bunch over there. That area is so interesting to me. I feel like they have the best cheap, like off-brand, like TJ Maxx, all those type of places in that area. And I think because the income is like a little bit lower, so places like that tend to have stuff that, you know, there's lower prices. Obviously, that's kind of how that works. But we had to put air in my tire, and I hate gas stations. I've actually started budgeting to get a Tesla, hopefully by next summer, if not sooner, but that is like the game plan. And I'm actually looking to lease. So normally I would not recommend anyone to lease a vehicle. I feel like the only people who are leasing vehicles are people that are wealthy and they have the means to lease a vehicle, or it's people who want you to think that they're wealthy. Like, you can't afford to buy the car, which is why you're leasing it. That's what I see a lot of people doing, or they're trying to avoid buying a car that's going to depreciate so much when they take it off the lot, which means you probably just shouldn't have the car in the first place. But, you know, to each their own. A lot of the luxury cars, I don't think it makes sense to buy a brand new one, but I think for them it's smarter to just buy a used car than to lease, because I just feel like leasing luxury vehicles just comes with like way too many issues. But the number one reason why I am leasing and not purchasing is because I want to buy a house, and you do not want to have a car loan if you are trying to get a house loan. So that is like the number one reason. Number two, Tesla wants people to have these cars on the road. So you'll notice on the brand new cars, they're about the same price as if you were to buy a used vehicle. And that's because the Tesla isn't really depreciating, because he keeps increasing that self-driving installation on it. So every single time that goes up, basically the price of that used car is going to stay closer to what the person bought it for, which is great for people who are looking to sell right now. But it doesn't really make sense to buy used versus buy brand new, because it's basically the same exact price. So it's kind of interesting for them. But with that, if you compare the leasing price to the buying price, like, you're paying at least $400 to $500 more a month with the same down payment if you buy the vehicle, because of the interest rate. I don't want to pay interest, and I don't know if I'm gonna want that Tesla model for that long, because they're still brand new, they're still coming out with all this new stuff, and I want the best of the best. So I'm just gonna get like the standard one. I might do white interior for the extra $1,000, I think it is. I may not, you know, it's really not that big of a deal, but you are stuck in that lease for 3 years, whereas, you know, if you buy, you can sell the car at any time. But yeah, so lease price, I'd be paying under $200 a month if I put down a little under $10,000, which is absolutely insane for a car. Gas, which is why I started this conversation. I hate gas stations. I hate gasoline. I never want to go to a gas station again. I'm over it. No one enjoys going to the gas station, just in general. And it's just crazy how cheap it is to charge your car. Like, there's free charges everywhere, and then the superchargers, you can charge your car for like $8, like the whole car. What? I thought I was cheap sitting here in my Honda Civic paying $30 for like a full tank of gas. No. So I'm pumped. I'm very excited. If you guys have any tips, any thoughts on that, you let me know if you think that makes sense, if that's what you would personally do. So every other antique place is actually closed because it's Sunday, which I should have remembered because I used to go antiquing with my mom when I was little. That's how I got into like that and thrifting and being a cheap person. Love it. And they're like never open on Sunday. So I don't know why that one was, but it is what it is. We're heading back to my area now because I do not want to get stuck in Buckhead nonsense, because the traffic up here, honestly, I think is worse than anywhere else in the city. Like, I don't know why it's so bad, but that's why I refuse to live above Midtown, because I think the traffic actually gets worse as you go north, because either everyone is living down here, and so it's like it gets backed up when they're coming back down, or too many people live north. This truck, Jesus Christ. Too many people live north, and so there's just traffic all the time. There's traffic all the time. Why am I trying to make sense of it? There's always traffic, and I swear it's worse on the weekend, because like mostly everything is open here now. So I'm heading back there because I need to get trash bags and toilet paper. And I was just gonna order online, but I'm like, I might as well just go and get it in person, and then we're gonna swing by and pick up Bailey. I did not check the app. They have like an app for the cameras, so might do that, but we're about to sit in bumper to bumper traffic on the highway for the next 15 minutes. I hate this Kroger. I never know what to get. I just get what's on sale. Get these. I'm going to go pick up Bailey now because it is close to 3. The temperament exam is actually completely free, which is really weird because usually they charge extra. Like the place I was taking him before was like $30, and I think their regular day was like 28 or something. So I was like, why is this so expensive? But yeah, they do half days, and they're even longer than the half days that I did at the other place. So I'm like, I hope he likes this. I hope he was like good and felt good, because this is like perfect if so. That daycare was a success. We'll see how tired he is. But she said he played the entire time. And the only thing was that they tried to do kind of like a crate test, pretty much, for if he ever boarded there, because they do also have boarding. And she said that he whined and barked the entire time, which sounds like Bailey. He is crate trained. He is just very selective about when he wants to be in there. And I cannot imagine how that test would have went well when he knows that he just got taken away from a bunch of dogs. So she said they do actually have another location that does boarding with someone that actually stays overnight. So she said that that could always be a thing. And I was like, oh, cool. But she said that she took him away in a specific way that it didn't feel like I was like handing him off to her, and that's part of the reason why he didn't get anxious, because I told him ahead of time it was like separation anxiety. It's a mess, like literally just so extreme. And so I'm just so happy that they listened to me, because the issue I was having at the other place was there was like miscommunication with the people that were always with Bailey. So like half of them were doing it right, and then the other half were like making him anxious without realizing it, and some of them were just trying to push him to be less anxious. And it's like, we all need to be on the same page here. There was way too much staff. That was really like the main problem that I was having. I was like, I can't keep track of all the people that work here. And so we picked a place that is much smaller, and it's also women owned, which we love supporting women and those that identify as a woman. So